Welcome. I am Brian.
And I'm Brian.
And this is Brian versus Brian, episode 30. Tom and Jerry. All right.
Jerry?
Play that salacious little trailer we got.
After a lifetime of being the world's most famous enemies,
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3.
Tom and Jerry are about to start over.
Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah.
In the big city.
Ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on a goose.
This hotel has been host to 4 presidents, 3 popes, 2 kings, and we're about to host the wedding of the century.
Do you think you're qualified to take on this position?
I shine under pressure, like a diamond. Or Rihanna.
One other thing. We have a mouse problem.
But then what now?
And there it is. That's the whole movie. Don't need much more than that. Sometimes on this show, we do things so you don't have to. This is
Correct.
going to be one of those.
100%.
Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't go to the theater for this. I was thinking about it because they just opened at around you and me, so there was an opportunity here. And I looked at the theater. Only things were playing were like things I'd already seen, like Judas and
Yeah.
what was the other one
A
that
little
we just
thing.
watched? Yeah, Little Things. That was playing. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
It's like, they're like, put Wonder Woman in there. I was like, oh, that feels old as hell now.
Yeah. I would, to be honest, I saw the same thing because I was thinking about seeing the movie too, and I actually thought about seeing this, but I was like, well, no, like if pre-COVID, if COVID never happened and this movie came out in theaters, I wouldn't have seen it in theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't let the excitement that theaters are open to sway me to go see this type of movie. So ultimately I didn't. But I was looking at the list. I was thinking like, oh man, I actually kind of wish Tenet was out. Like I actually would go see Tenet on the IMAX or just a normal screen because I feel like I kind of got robbed of seeing that movie on a large scale that no one wanted, but no such luck. But yeah, like you're saying, just kind of movies we've already seen before. So I didn't venture out. But I was pretty happy that I saw a lot of people on social media taking selfies and kind of celebrating being able to come back to theaters because I don't know, it's kind of cool thing for me to see because I've always been a supporter of theaters and I feel like sometimes I'm alone in that opinion, but it's kind of warms my heart a little bit to people kind of celebrating coming back. I don't know how long that celebration will last, but
Yeah,
which is kind of cool to see.
Put your fucking phone away. First of all, I've seen a bunch of pictures and shit too. Like during the movie, I could
Wow.
tell. I was like, "Put your shit away."
Yeah, that's stupid.
My theater was fucking packed when I drove by it, so I don't know how long it'll last before fucking shit starts spiking or something.
Yeah,
But
sure.
it was packed. Like just for the novelty of it being back, I'm sure.
hmm
Because the movies weren't that great. Well, I guess if you hadn't seen some of these good ones, but we've already seen the good ones.
Yeah,
So in my mind, I was like, they're here for Tom and Jerry.
they probably were. Yeah,
But
I bet you their parents trying to get their kids out of the house. I imagine.
Tom and Jerry was the second biggest opening of all of COVID,
Damn.
which just ridiculous. I mean, it's tiny. It was like 12.3 million or something.
Yeah.
But it's second biggest. Probably Tenet, I would imagine, was the biggest. I don't know though. So obviously this is Tom and Jerry, another one of the HBO Max straight to theater and your living room movies. So came out just this last Friday. Directed by Tim Story. And we were just talking about him. He did the Fantastic Four old movies, the Jessica Alba ones. Cry Prettier. And
Chris Evans
and the what?
and Chris Evans before he was
Yeah.
Chris Evans.
Yeah. Not another teen movie, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did Taxi with Queen Latifah. He did the barbershop movies. He did some Kevin Hart stuff like Ride Along, and I think a couple of his stand-up movies. So he's been in comedy. Nothing quite like this. So the story is, Tom and Jerry. Everyone knows that story. It's a fucking cat trying to catch the fucking mouse, but it's in what was it? It was in New York, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Tom or Jerry's the mouse. Jerry's trying to find a home, and he finds this awesome hotel, and he loves it. And so he moves in, much to the chagrin of the hotel staff, because this is a fancy hotel, and they're hosting a socialite wedding very soon of Colin Jost and an Indian woman. I forget her name. It was weird, hard to pronounce, and hard to remember now. But anyways,
I don't remember anybody's name, to be honest.
yeah, Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, that's about it.
But so they need that mouse gone before this wedding. And enters Chloe Grace Moretz, who lies and cheats her way into a job. And she has to hire Tom to get rid of the mouse. And hilarity never ensues. Neither does fun. Neither does anything that would keep you watching. But what I think the main plot boils down to it's your boy Tommy. Your boy Tommy finds out this motherfucking rat snitch, Jerry, this rat fink snitch, moves into this hotel. And I love Tommy. He's like, yo, we gotta get this boy's a rat. This rat moved in. You hear about it? And his boys are like, yo, the alley cats are like, yo, we don't fucking like no rats around here. You snitch rat fink. There's only one thing worse than a rat. And that's an animated, poorly made CG rat. And so they get on his ass. That's more entertaining, that speech I just gave in the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I just made this family-friendly movie review completely R-rated. So you're welcome.
All of our videos are gonna be R-rated. That's who we are.
But damn. You want to start with something? What do you we got anything?
I don't even know where to fucking begin. Yeah, I told you this. I sent you a GIF of somebody, doing this, shoot yourself in the head. I said this movie was insufferable because it was. Yeah, dude, it's just so bad. The writing is terrible. The acting is awful. Actually, I wouldn't say awful, but they're doing the best they can.
Chloe Grace Moretz, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this girl is stiff as a board. I thought she was in Kick-Ass. I thought she was a better actor when she was like 7. I was like, this girl is just terrible. I haven't seen her in anything when she's adult now, so I don't know if that's normal for her or if it's just this movie, but I thought her performance was absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, I think everybody. I mean, even I know you said Michael Pena was great, and I think he has
I didn't say he was great.
Or he's the only good part of the movie, whatever.
He was the only character like I cared to hear say anything.
Right.
Because he's Michael Pena, and he somehow finds ways to make some of these terrible lines and just terrible situations kind of funny.
Sure.
Because he's Michael Pena, but
it wasn't good. He's playing the slapstick kind of silly stuff towards the end of the movie, which I thought was kind of fun. But yeah, even him. I mean, again, they're not really given Oscar-worthy writing for their characters. So again, I think they're just trying to do the best they can. But yeah, the acting was terrible. The cinematography was bland as fuck. I thought the animation was fine. The incorporating animation to real life, I thought some of it was pretty unique. I will say what's up?
I thought the animation was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I liked it. The way the animation interacted with real world objects and things, I thought was done pretty well. Like there's a scene where they're running through the hotel room, and Jerry kind of makes a turn, and you can see the carpet. You know how carpet, when you rub your foot along it, will turn darker right there and like change because the carpet's shifting. It did that, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Like little things I noticed. I was like, the animation, I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But other than that.
I'd say 95% of this movie is, or maybe 97% of this movie is bullshit. There was one sequence that I actually generally enjoyed, which is uh it was just Tom and Jerry, which is I think where I had the most fun with this movie is when it was just those two getting into shenanigans. Anytime a human showed up, I was just wanted to give up. But
Yeah.
there's a sequence in this movie where Jerry is in a hotel room and he's kind of living the high life, drinking martinis and shit. And so Tom tries his best to break into that hotel room, and it's just I don't know, it's a long sequence, and he eventually does break into the hotel room, and they kind of running around and chasing each other. That very small amount of screen time, I don't know, that was probably like what, a 5 to 7 minute scene.
Yeah.
Was I think the only great stuff in the movie. Everything else was boring and bland and stupid, as far as I was concerned. But I did like that little bit when him trying to break into the hotel room.
I agree. That was pretty good. I thought that was some classic like Tom and Jerry stuff right there.
Yeah, he's like crossing the telephone line the first time, gets
Yeah.
shot by lightning, tries again. He has the umbrella, and then cuts
Does the
wire.
Batman.
Yeah. He comes back in
Yeah.
the Batman suit. Yeah, all that stuff's pretty fun.
There's some. I thought there were some cool Easter eggs. Like I noticed when I can't remember who somebody's reading a magazine and it was like about Secret Squirrel. That probably would have been a much better movie. I liked that show. Like Secret Squirrel live action with the little animated squirrel going on a spy adventure, kind of like an action comedy.
I don't think I even know what that is.
Dude, Secret Squirrel was the
Squirrel?
shit.
I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
was
what
like
that is.
it was like James Bond, but it's a squirrel.
Oh.
It's a little secret squirrel. There, that would have been interesting. And another one, I was like Droopy Dog was in it,
Oh yeah.
and that's about it. Those are like two. But
The Joker reference.
yeah, wasn't that
Droopy.
Droopy? Yeah. And then we I guess there's two Droopy references. That one was like the movie poster,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's another. You see him in the Dog Pound.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but this movie is fucking, and it drug on. It was so long and so boring. I was just waiting for the movie to be over so I could be done and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding scene, I completely like zoned out of that. It was just like the most boring shit. You think that's the climax, like it's over, but then there was so much after the wedding scene. I was like, what?
Yep.
The wedding should be the end. I'm done with this. Yeah, it was really bad. And then the characters not talking was strange. Tom and Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've never talked before, but it just seemed out of place where everyone else and even other animals are talking.
Yeah. It does seem kind of weird. I think Tom gets a little help with his angel and his devil, but yeah, other than that, it is kind of weird they don't talk.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone.
I
Colin
don't know if the cat talks. Does the cat talk? I don't think the cat talks, but I don't remember
cat?
talking anyway. The female cat, the white one.
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, fuck. Of all the things to do, I think a Pepe Le Pew would have been live action would have been better than this.
Yeah.
Something. Any cartoon, it's never had a live action. Think of it, it'd probably be better than this.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I never really. I mean, we all grew up with these cartoons, at least knowing what they are. Like not knowing what these like the Looney Tunes and the Tom and Jerry. Like that's like not knowing what Star Wars is growing up. You kind of just know. I kind of grew up. I mean, I grew up in the '90s, so I grew up with stuff like Darkwing Duck and the superhero stuff like X-Men, Spider-Man. So that was the stuff that I kind of grew up on. But in preparation for this episode, I grabbed some clips from old Tom and Jerry, and I was kind of scrubbing through some of it before we logged on here, and some of that stuff's fucking awesome. At least some of the clips that I got. And
Yeah.
like, why wouldn't you just make, I don't know, an hour-long version of that somehow? It doesn't need to be in a full hour and a half.
Yeah, the writer was Kevin Costello. Looks like the only credits I see for him are Brigsby Bear and Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh, this TV show?
Which I hear is pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Weird.
that's it.
I mean, I haven't seen Busby's Bears, but that's one of those kind of indie darlings. It's kind of interesting that, and Jean-Claude, whatever that show's called, is. I don't know very many people who watched. I watched the first episode. That was fine, but it was bad. So it's weird that he went from those two to this. I don't know how much studio interference he has.
Yeah. Oh man, the Warner Animation Group appears above the city. Oh yeah, they keep mixing in these singing pigeons during the movie. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this, bro? Is this like Pinky and the Brain, the movie, or what?
Yeah, it starts with a Tribe Called Quest. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
A Tribe Called Quest doing. I mean, you could do whatever the fuck you want. I get it, but it just seems so out of place.
I thought with that, I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. And look at this, start with a musical number. All right, and then it quickly turns to shit.
Yeah, you could tell that. I think the moment where I instantly knew this was going to be awful was when in the opening scene, Tom is trying to get money to, I don't know what the fuck, to be in a band or to play piano. I don't know. Whatever. He's in Grand Central Park and he's playing piano, acting like a blind musician. And there's these group of like extras that are standing there watching him. And every time one of the extras had to speak, I was like, I'm in for a long fucking road because this is pretty bad. Hey, that cat isn't blind. Oh, I want my money back. It's pretty bad.
It's just a normal cat. So, yeah, I don't know. We knew this is gonna be short. I apologize for picking this, but I really didn't think it'd be this bad. I thought maybe we got a fun, family-friendly comedy on our hands. I've been surprised by a lot of the family genre lately. They seem to be doing a lot better. They cater to like the parents. They have some inside jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
This didn't do that at all.
Yeah,
but like I was saying,
in all honesty, this movie just wasn't meant for us. I think it's this, like, there's that line, right? There's like on one end of the spectrum, it's shit like Dora the Explorer, right? And then on the other end, it's like Sausage Party, and then you kind of move back. It's like Bob's Burgers, South Park. Then you kind of got like the Pixar stuff, which I think is meant for both adults and children. Actually, I'd argue that a lot of Pixar movies are actually for adults because they deal with a lot of like heavy themes, like fucking Wall-E with environmentalism and obesity, and Up is about grief. Like, what the fuck does a 5-year-old know about grief? And some of this stuff is for adults. But then you kind of go back a little further on the line, and you got shit like Tom and Jerry, which is not for adults at all. I think it's very, very much targeted towards children. So who knows? Like if we watched it if I had a kid or a daughter or whatever, maybe I'd have more fun with it, watching it with them laughing and having a good time. But me watching it by myself, it was pretty hard.
I don't think this is for anybody.
Nah,
I know a lot
of kids will like this.
I don't think so.
Really?
No, I think it's too plot driven by the human characters.
Yeah, I can see them getting bored.
Yeah, it seems boring.
Yeah,
the animals don't do anything that cool or interesting, and they don't talk. The two main characters. So I would see kids just getting boring of this shit. Like, they don't want to see the boring human characters. They want to see some animation or so. They could go watch Croods 2, which I'm sure would blow this out of the water. So I just think they missed their mark. I don't think it's for anybody. It's got too much humans to be for kids. It's got not enough comedy or really a storyline to be for adults. I don't know what's going on. Maybe if you're, I don't know. I was gonna say, maybe if you're really little, you'll like it because it's just cartoons, but it'd be way too boring if you're really little. I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, most of the reviews are pretty shit. But obviously reviews aren't written by children. Now I'm curious to sit one of my nieces or nephews down or something and have them watch this and see if they can even make it through.
Yeah, you should. I'd be curious to see what. I mean, if I were you, I'd just sit on my phone. I don't know if I can see this again, but yeah, I'd be curious to see how they respond to a movie like this.
Yeah. So, who is your standout performer? Who's your MVP, bro?
Yeah. I think I gotta go Tom. I think I like Tom the most. In front of, I mean, the acting was bad. The cinematography, the director, who gives a fuck? I mean, this movie's Tom and Jerry. It's either gonna be one or the other as far as MVP goes. But I gotta go with Tom.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, I liked the main characters were okay. But like I said, I think I liked Michael Pena. He's the only time I was really listening and wanted to hear what he said, even though it was not amazing. But he's just really good in anything he does. Just wanting to see how he'll deliver lines and stuff. There's like a scene where they're interviewing Grace Moretz for the job, and there's an animated goldfish. The old animated goldfish from the show that Tom used to kind of go after is now like the boss's goldfish on his desk. And she's like, "Oh, was that the manager of aquatics?" Just making a joke, and Michael Pena's like, "No, that's a goldfish. It has no official position in this hotel. It can't even walk." And just the simple lines like that, I thought was funny.
Mhm.
Funny, dry delivery, and I love his accent he has to put on in every single movie. Like,
Yeah,
it's nowhere near Ant-Man, but it's a hint of it.
right.
It's a tiny bit of it, and so I thought some of his lines were the funniest, and like I can't really think of any other ones, but when he's talking about the human tornado at the or not the human tornado, but the animal
Oh yeah,
tornado.
the animal tornado. Yeah.
It's like, no one saw a mouse. It was an animal tornado. I was sucked in. I just love the accent. I guess he always delivers it, but that'd probably be mine.
Yeah.
But obviously, nothing was like stellar in this movie at all.
It's pretty low
Yeah.
bar shit.
Yeah, even the fucking soundtrack was all over the place. I have no idea what the hell they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to make it for kids and entertaining, why the hell would you start it with A Tribe Called Quest?
Yeah, that's a weird decision.
They're not gonna know what the fuck this is. You start it with like a Justin Timberlake song or some shit.
Well, it's weird. So again, I was grabbing stuff for this episode, and I had to grab the trailer, which I hadn't seen because whatever. And I'm scrubbing through the trailer, and the trailer opens up with Lizzo's one of her hits. I forget her first hit, and there's a quick scene in the trailer where there's three birds hovering over Manhattan, and they're lip syncing to Lizzo. So I'm wondering maybe the original intent was to have a Lizzo song open the movie, and for whatever reason they had to scrap it or something. I don't know, but there is a scene in the trailer where the birds are lip syncing to Lizzo, or it could have just been for the trailer. I don't know, but I'm just makes me curious to think that maybe that was the original.
That he don't love you anymore.
No, it's the one before that one. I forget.
Oh, I don't know any other Lizzo song. I throw my hands up. Da, da, da. Baby,
I actually like that's a good song. I enjoy that.
Oh, what is it? The other one, the different one, where it's like a. Where's that new man on the Minnesota Vikings? Is that the same song I'm thinking of?
No, those are two different ones. Nope, it's not. It's the other.
All her songs are the same damn song. It's like some man is an asshole, and I'm moving on, and I'm doing my hair.
Yeah.
And I'm dating a Minnesota Viking.
It's called Juice.
I'm leaving.
The song's called Juice.
Now you got the juice, little youngin. All right. Well, yeah, that's it. Okay, here's the hard part, right? Out of 10, what's your score?
Honestly, it's either got to be a 2 or 3. I'll give it a 3 just because I like that scene with the hotel room, and I think there's some Pena stuff in there that's kind of fun. So yeah, 3.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.7. I'll put it up there close to 4.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything below 4, you're not watching again.
No,
or even thinking about watching again.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even thinking about, like, when I was watching this movie, I was thinking that I was never gonna watch this movie. Like it crossed my mind multiple times.
Yeah.
And that is not good. when you're watching a movie.
never watching this movie again. 5 minutes in.
Yeah, like halfway through, I knew I'll never watch this again. This will never cross a television in front of me again. We'll make this mistake twice. So yeah, I mean, it's really hard to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And Jessie was watching it with me because she wanted to have like a date night, and I was telling her I was thinking about going to the theater to watch it. She's like, "Well, then you're going alone." Because I ain't going to see that in the theater. She's like, "I want to go to the theater for something I want to see," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. It's a lot of money. I'm just gonna watch it at home."
Yeah.
And she never watches these with me, the research, and so she watched this with me. We made some wonton tacos and watched this, and she just like busted out her tablet and like within 20 minutes. And she was like, "Who chose this?" And I was like, "I did." She's all about it. And I was like, "I didn't know when you watched it, so I texted you while I was watching it."
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
just finished it. Yeah, I just finished it.
Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, hey, they weren't all going to be winners on that WB list.
Yeah, sometimes I try to make a silver lining. Sometimes you have to see the fucking shitty to appreciate the good,
And it's a damn shame because Tom and Jerry were pretty cool. Like their old animated movies are immensely better than this.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Yeah, but like I said, we watch the shit, so you don't have to. You're welcome. Now you don't need to see this.
You're
good
welcome.
to go.
Thank God for us.
If it wasn't for us, you might have watched this. You might have spent $13 at the theater. Hey, let us know. Take your kids to this shit. See what they think. Because I don't think they will like it. I'm curious. Can a kid get through this boring ass movie with it doesn't have enough eye candy and like spectacle, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd be curious to know.
Maybe a really boring kid. Really nerdy kid.
Yes. Yep. I agree. That mouse shouldn't be in that hotel. That is,
or in this kitchen.
Oh yeah, what do you even talk about? Fucking what's his name? I guess
yeah.
it doesn't really matter. He's in it for like 2 seconds.
Ken Jeong.
Yeah, never really been a big fan of his.
Yeah, he was pretty funny in the Hangover movies, but
yeah.
Nothing I've really seen of him on his own. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I loved him as Chow though. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Toodaloo. Love Chow. So that's all we got.
That was pretty quick. I mean, throwing an audible here. Is there anything else you've watched that you want to like mention for a minute or two? I think we've only been talking for like 15 minutes. Or not. I mean, I don't know what you've been watching, but
it's all right. They don't all got to be bangers, but
that's true.
No, I can't really think of anything. Oh, WandaVision's getting pretty good. I mean, circling back on that. I know you haven't watched, or at least I think you haven't watched up to date.
I decided to. I mean, I said I wasn't going to do it on the episode that we did. I kind of was playing around with just letting them stack up. I was going to try and keep watching them week by week, but I just decided, fuck it, I'm just going to let them stack up. It's only like half an hour long, so I want to wait till the finale airs, and I'm probably just going to binge it in a day for a couple hours. Which I don't know if that's going to compete, because I think the finale is actually Friday, but Coming to America is also Friday. I don't know if we want to do a double up episode, like we can record on a Friday or something, but I'll let you know. Or maybe we just save WandaVision for another time, but I just thought I'd mention it. They're kind of on the same weekend.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Coming to America. Amazon.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good from the trailers. We'll see. Trailer can be deceiving. But yeah, WandaVision's getting good. A lot of shit I didn't see coming, and it's just crazy the difference between like the last episode I watched and episode 1. It's so weird direction for a show to be completely different at the end than the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Roseanne. the beginning of the series versus the end. The beginning, it's all fucking down to earth, wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
Fat mom slinging jokes, and by the end, she's kind of skinny, and they won the lottery. And it's like, what the fuck is this show? Anyways, so that it kind of re-sparked my interest in the Maximoff. So I went and watched Avengers 2 on Disney Plus. That's notoriously gets shit on Avengers 2, and I liked it. I mean, going back on it, I still like it. It's got a lot of really cool stuff and a lot of crazy action pieces, and I do like the Maximoff's part, and I think Ultron's pretty cool. Spader, I think plays him. Spader always kills it with that fucking voice.
Pretty good.
It always just makes me think of The Office, though, when I hear his voice now. But yeah, so to kind of get back into that, and then I saw the Winter Soldier shooting hoops in a YouTube video or some shit.
Winter Soldier could drop him, man. He can drop him.
But it didn't.
He may have done 8 or 9 takes to make that many in a row, but he made them. That's the point.
Were you wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Did I see that correctly?
Yeah.
You have to when you're alone in there.
Yeah. Which is weird because like they opened up the saunas and the showers, so I can take my mask off when I go into the shower room in the sauna, but when I play basketball, I have to keep it on.
Yeah, that sucks. That could be tiring.
Yeah.
Sometimes I skate from my car up to work. And just that little bit of just like pushing the skateboard and wearing a mask kind of it's a little difficult to get my breath in my breasts.
I made a post about it on Facebook, but I kind of wanted to elaborate more. I don't think you and I will end up talking about it unless it becomes a huge thing. So I might as well just do it now. But I got a chance to watch Superman and Lois, which is CW's newest Arrowverse show.
So where would you watch that at?
I'm a huge Superman fan. He's my favorite. I'm a sucker for Superman. So I literally just went on Amazon and just bought the whole season. I didn't know if I was going to like it. It doesn't matter if I like it or not. I just spent $25 and bought the whole season. But I think you can only rent episodes. I don't think you can, unless you have cable or something. I don't think it's on any streaming. It's not like
I think I have CW on my cable. I'm not sure. I heard you can watch it for free though on the CW app when it airs live.
That's cool. Nice. That's awesome. But yeah, I want to echo my thoughts, which were that I'm not a huge fan of the Arrowverse stuff. I think it's a little too, corny for me, I guess. I tried watching a couple seasons of The Flash and Arrow, but eventually I had to put the white flag up and I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. So I was kind of expecting that same campy, fucking corny, ridiculous theme for Superman when I jumped in, and I was fucking incredibly surprised how cinematic it was. Like I wrote in parentheses, like it legit looks like an HBO show. Like they actually put a lot of, I don't know what the budget was, but they spent a lot of money on crew or on lighting and camera, and they got a pretty top tier crew to shoot this because it looks phenomenal. It looks nothing like the other CW shows. And which I think the other CW shows, they're just kind of flat and boring. This show actually has some cool stuff with it. But yeah, no, in general, I thought it was awesome. Like you got to see Clark more than Superman, and you kind of see him as like a family man. He has kids, which I don't think I've seen an iteration of Superman do. They'll probably do it in the comics, but nothing that I've read or seen. So that was kind of cool for him to deal with, like having kids and what does that mean, and like responsibility. Him going back to, I don't want to spoil it, but I don't know, man. I really enjoyed it. It was an hour long. I had a blast from from start to finish. And I can't wait to see where it goes, but I highly recommend it for anyone who's a Superman fan to check it out.
All right. Yeah, I just didn't know. I don't care to see Clark. A lot of people want more Clark, but I'm just like, yeah. Clark's not real. Mm-hmm. He is Superman. He's not Clark Kent. You know what I mean? He's an alien.
Right.
Clark Kent is just so he can try and fit in. So I don't see why we need to elaborate on it too much. But I mean, it does look pretty impressive as far as visually. Guy looks pretty good. Suit looks pretty good. Story's a little weird. I mean, it's in the trailer that they go back to Smallville.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't know if that was a.
Yeah,
spoiler or
it's
not.
in there. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I like to.
I want to check it out.
I like to. I mean, it's the first episode, so I probably 100% positive they're going to go this route, because how else would you do a show without doing this type of show? But I'm glad that they didn't do a Monster of the Week. All of these CW shows are just Monsters of the Week. It's it replace monster with a villain. Like every episode has a new villain that the superhero has to tackle, and it kind of gets. I think that's probably why I put the white flag up, because I kind of got bored of that that structure, I guess. But this episode didn't do that. I mean, there is somebody he fights, but it's very, very, very short and has nothing to do with the rest of the plot of the episode. But again, I imagine episode 2 or 3, he's going to start fighting a new villain every episode. Otherwise, what the hell are you going to do? But I did appreciate that they didn't do a Monster of the Week for their pilot. I thought that was kind of nice.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of a brief kind of praise for that show. I was fucking pleasantly surprised. I was expecting it to be really stupid and CW-ish for what that's
show. I just saw a preview for something I think looks good, and I'm gonna check out. It's shit. What the fuck was it called? It's on Hulu. It's called 90s Kid or something. It's about Punky Brewster, who is a child actor in the 90s, who she filmed everything, and with all of her and the actors, and it's got like a Brian Austin Green. It's got like Mark Wahlberg. It's got a lot of these actors who were young back then. It's got I saw some clips of that kid who was in that Chuck Norris movie Sidekicks. Remember that blonde kid? He did a lot of things back then. He committed suicide. But it's got a lot of these 90s child actors, and I guess they were all friends, and she filmed like all this shit all the time in the 90s. And so it's her going through her tapes and talking about it, and like tragedies that happen, and they interview all these different actors. There's like 11 or 12 of them. They keep shuffling through kind of like the office scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it looked really interesting and really cool. And I love those timepieces and some cool like footage of these child actors that we had never seen. I had like Zach from Saved by the Bell. A lot of these guys, and seeing footage of them being kids in the 90s, and like the crazy shit that they all went through, and drugs and craziness. It looked really interesting. So that's coming out on Hulu. I want to see that.
Yeah, sounds interesting. I'll probably check that out.
90s something. Hulu 90s. Can't remember exactly, but yeah, it looked interesting. And yeah, that's all I got recently, I guess.
Yeah, I also watched. Speaking of Hulu, I watched that. It's been trending over social media. I saw it was like a Britney Spears documentary thing on Hulu. I ended up watching. It was basically like.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
It was pretty interesting.
I heard that was pretty good, and everybody's like, "You did Britney so dirty," and it made like Justin Timberlake apologize or some shit.
Yeah, it's basically a kind of expose or unveiling of what the media kind of did to her, which they tear apart celebrities all the time. It is one of those documentaries that kind of makes you sick and makes you fucking hate. Like, I hate the media. Like, this isn't the first documentary I've seen where the media destroys people's lives, but this one, yeah, it just makes you feel sick. It makes you feel sorry for her, like the way the media treated her and yada yada yada. But yeah, it's only an hour long. It's not like a full documentary, or yeah, I think it's an hour long, so it's a quick watch. But yeah, you should check it out.
Right on. And there's this other one. I think it was on Hulu, and I was flipping through or something. It's like what the fuck is it called? Like Black Box or something. You heard of that? I just remember reading the synopsis. Sounded pretty interesting. It's like a sci-fi. Someone loses their memory, and they're doing some experiments to try and bring it back or something, and he's not quite sure what's reality and what's not. And that's how it kind of looked interesting. Kind of looked like a Black Mirror episode, but a movie or something.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
But anyways, that's all the hypothetical video watching I've been doing.
This is gonna be a long video description.
See you later. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Tom and Jerry and helping put some food on these people's tables. After this, they're gonna need it. So.
Yeah, this is a paycheck movie. This is definitely a paycheck movie.
Yeah, and it ain't gonna be that big. The cost is gonna be prohibitive. So, that's all we got. Terrible movie. Pretty unwatchable. If I did, if I didn't have to do this as work, I couldn't have got through it.
Yeah, I would have turned it off pretty quickly.
I did pick up my phone quite a bit during it too. Like I just could not give it everything I had. It was too much. It was too much.
Yeah.
But I even told you I was gonna, we were gonna give this movie a fair shake. And if it ended up being an awesome, heartwarming movie, that's what it would have been. I was hoping for the next Babe, and I got the next Gordy. Pig movies. Pig movie references. I think they both were good too as a bad reference. I think Gordy and Babe were both pretty good.
I still can't believe George Miller directed Babe. That's fucking insane to me.
Like the George Miller?
Yeah, the fucking Mad Max, Road Warrior, Fury Road. That same guy did Babe.
Wow.
Quite the range on that, man. Quite the range.
Babe was good.
Yeah.
Fucking Baram you. May your fleece be true. And on that note, may your fleece be true. Thanks for watching. We love you.
Yeah.
We enjoy having you.
We're almost at 100 subscribers, so thanks everybody. I can't believe we've actually got to 100, and I mean we'll have 100 before our first year anniversary.
Yeah, then only 1,900 to go before we start getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube. YouTube, you gotta have 2,000 subscribers to get paid and have commercials. But
yeah, it's like subscribers and watch hours too, or whatever, watch minutes, whatever that is. We got both of those milestones.
I mean, we don't care about that, but it seems like a high wall.
Yeah.
2,000 ain't shit to fucking some people though. To me, that sounds immense. That's popular. This motherfucker's running around here with fucking 8 million subs and shit.
Crazy.
Fucking David Dobrik. Son of a bitch. Have you seen that guy's shit?
No.
Look up David Dobrik, Vlog Squad. He just vlogs, and he has a group of friends. I just recently got into their shit on Facebook and liked it, so I see the videos. They're fucking hilarious. He's like friends with the fat kid from Drake and Josh. He's in the videos. He's skinny now, and he was in Red Dawn. And no, it's fucking hilarious, dude. All his buddies are super funny. I love the videos, and they're very rated R. I try to watch them at work, and there's always someone screaming a curse word, and I have to fucking turn it off. Like, fuck. But yeah, dude, they're fucking funny, and this dude is making it. And like his big thing is he gives all his friends cars. That's what he's known for. Like birthday, gives his friend a fucking Lambo. Birthday, gives his assistant a Mercedes. That's kind of what he does. So just seeing that, like the bank you could make off fucking YouTube, I'm like, Jesus Christ, some of these people are doing it. It's nuts. And it looks fun as shit, just filming every day of your life, having fun with your friends. We need to vlog.
Dude, there's this YouTube, speaking of that, I think it may be the same guy, but there's a YouTube channel. This guy does animation, and he threw some shade over some YouTube person. I think it may be the same guy you're talking about, but this it's like this animated thing. This guy's in the car, and he's like, hey, and the animation's all goofy, kind of like Ed and Eddie kind of ish, but a little more repulsive. He's like, hey, I've got you a car. And then the guy next to him is like, I don't want a fucking car. You know how much insurance? Like he just goes, hey, you know how much fucking insurance to pay for this and gas? And I've got you a car. I'll have to send it to you. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it sounds like it's probably about him then.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Yeah, that's all we got. Thanks for liking it. Thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it. Please join us. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your kids to watch this movie and film it as your vlog. It should be a funny prank when the kids start watching this.
I thought this was fun. I thought this was a kids movie. Why is there so many people? There's no cartoons.
Anyways.
It's gonna be like Clockwork Orange. Putting eye drops.
Yes. Watching this movie is a bit of the old ultra violent. Bit of the old ultra boring.
The old in out, in out.
Yeah. Some boringness, yes. You were involved in some shitty moviness, yes.
I forgot about that guy. Oh man, classic.
Yeah, I was just mad at the director because he has no idea how to direct a movie public-wise. All right, that's all I got. Anyways, check it out. Tom trying to take out that rat fink, that no good, dirty rat. Jerry still trying, still didn't accomplish the task. I was hoping this movie would end it once and for all. Just eat him. Be done with this.
The best buds, man.
Yeah, best buds by the end. All right, yeah, we filled it out as much as we could. This review was about 10 minutes long. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, dude. We'll check you guys later. See ya.
Peace.